The Lin Family Murderers, 2009. Although this crime has been solved, it still is one that is unbelievably horrific and haunting. Thought it was important to share their story, since I have a feeling no one knows about it. On the morning of July 8, 2009, in North Epping, New South Wales, Australia, the 5 of 6 members of the Lin family, excluding the only daughter June Brenda Lin, then 15, who was away on a class trip in New Caledonia, were found brutally attacked in their home, leaving a blood-soaked, disgraceful scene. The victims were news agency proprietor Min Lin, 45, his wife, Yuen Lin, 43, their sons, Henry, 12, and Terry, 9, and Yuen Lin's sister, Irene Lin, 39. They were discovered by Min Lin's sister Kathy and her husband Lian Bin Robert Xie, a former ear, nose and throat specialist in China before moving to Melbourne in 2006, when they came to run a welfare check. The family ran a news agency company, and they were not one to be late opening. When going upstairs and walking into the bedrooms, the couple found the family dead, with blood covering nearly every inch of the room. At first, Kathy and Robert thought Min Lin had done this since his body was not found in the massacre. However, according to the research case files did, Robert then made the strange suggestion that his wife check under one of the beds. Min Lin lay there, as bloodied, beaten and lifeless as his family members. This instantly ruled him out as the suspect and labeled him a victim of brutality. It was then that Kathy called 000, Australia's dispatch line, for help. Case Files plays the audio in the beginning of the episode. TW, it is quite distressing to listen to, yet Robert left to pick up Min Lin's and Kathy's parents, leaving his wife alone in the house. When police arrived, along with EMTs who realized the family members were beyond help upon seeing their bodies, it was noted a lack of evidence of a break-in, indicating the use of a key. Nothing had been ransacked or stolen. It was clear that the killer had known the layout of the house, the location of the circuit breaker, and that Brenda was not home, given the fact that the attacker did not enter her room. Yet, 24 footprints were discovered in the traces of blood, giving the investigators a clue to who the murderer could be. It would take up to a year until they knew after more evidence came to light. Robert Xie, Min Lin's brother-in-law, who was already an early-on suspect for good reasons. What pointed investigators to the true cold-blooded monster of a man was the forensic discovery of a shoe print matched to an Asics sneaker, size 9.5. The same shoes that Xie, via a 6-month-long covert police surveillance video, was seen cutting up its box before flushing the pieces down a toilet. It was also found that Xie cleaned up his garage on the morning of the murders. Forensics searched his home and found a stain on the floor of the garage, which the Crown prosecutor alleged was blood. Later analysis of stain 91 by Cybergenetics in Pittsburgh, USA revealed it to contain DNA from 4 of the 5 victims. Xie was then arrested on May 5, 2011. Unfortunately, it took 8 years to bring justice to the deceased and the remaining Lin family. After 4 trials, 2 were aborted and a third hung, Xie was finally found guilty on all counts and sentenced to 5 life sentences. His motive/reason, according to Brenda Lin, long-term sexual motivation toward her, which police found to be true through surveillance videos of Xie inappropriately touching Brenda. Police realized that Xie was obsessed with his niece, and to get full access to her, he killed her family who had banned him from seeing Brenda after they found out about the sexual assault. There was also his anger of being estranged from his family by his perceived lowly status within the family. That caused him to snap. Xie was greatly unsuccessful in opening his own restaurant in Melbourne, while Min Lin and his wife showed the opposite result with their news agency business.
As a Cantonese speaker, I thought it was super creepy to hear him talk about all the blood in the Case Files episode. Really sad what happened to them.
I remember this as it happened. It really was a horrible crime scene. From memory, when Brenda returned, I think she went to live with Robert and Kathy for a little while.
Thank you for sharing. Crazy, crazy case.
Does this remind anyone else of The Grudge?
So, what's your theory on what happened? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe.